Have you ever felt like some people in your life steal your joy, drain your energy, or make you second-guess your own worth? As we get older, protecting our peace and happiness becomes more important than ever, yet so many of us continue to be kind to individuals who do nothing but add stress and negativity to our lives. In this video, we're going to talk about 6 types of people you should never be kind to in old age. If you truly want to guard your emotional well-being and remain as healthy and happy as possible. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly who they are, why it's crucial to set boundaries with them, and what you can do to maintain your inner calm without becoming someone you're not. Stay with me until the very last paragraph, because the final type of person on this list often disguises themselves as a friend, a caregiver, or even a trusted confidant, but they can quietly sabotage your sense of security without you even realizing it. Let's begin by addressing the fact that we've all been taught to be nice, to accommodate others, and to avoid confrontation. This can be a beautiful quality when we're dealing with loving family members, honest friends, or caring neighbors. But what happens when being too nice to the wrong people costs you more than you can afford to give? What if holding on to toxic relationships or always being the bigger person ends up harming your health, your independence, or even your finances? As we move into our 60, 70, 80s and beyond, it's time to reevaluate who really belongs in our inner circle. If you grew up with a mindset that says, always be kind no matter what, this might feel counterintuitive. But the reality is that not everyone deserves your kindness, especially if that kindness is being exploited. The trick is to learn how to protect yourself without turning cold or bitter. It's about recognizing that some individuals aren't capable of reciprocal respect, empathy, or love, and that's okay. Your job is to acknowledge this truth and act accordingly so that your final decades can be filled with genuine connection and peace of mind. The first type of person to watch out for is the constant critic, that individual who never has anything kind to say about you or anyone else. You know the one. They seem to thrive on pointing out your flaws, second-guessing your choices, or belittling your experiences. Maybe it's a sibling who has always been competitive, or a friend who manages to turn every conversation into a lecture about what you're doing wrong. At this stage in your life, constant criticism is more than just an annoyance. It can chip away at your self-confidence, exacerbate stress, and even cause depression. Studies show that negative relationships can directly affect physical health, contributing to higher blood pressure, poorer sleep, and weakened immune function, things you definitely don't want to deal with as you age. While constructive feedback can be helpful, constant criticism is not. Being kind to a critic who only sees your faults may seem noble, but all it does is encourage them to keep going. Instead, learn to identify the difference between genuine concern and relentless negativity. Draw the line by limiting how often you speak to or spend time with them. If it's unavoidable, say they're a family member you see at gatherings. Prepare yourself mentally. Let their remarks pass without giving them the satisfaction of an emotional reaction. Over time, you'll notice how much lighter you feel without the weight of that negativity on your shoulders. And if they truly can't respect your boundaries, it might be time to let that relationship fade, allowing you to invest your energy in people who uplift rather than tear down. The second type of person you should never be kind to is the manipulator who exploits your kindness to serve their own interests. Sometimes this individual is quite subtle. They might flatter you with compliments or show small gestures of help, only to ask for bigger and bigger favors later. Other times they use guilt or emotional blackmail, saying things like, "But you're the only one who can help me," or "If you really cared, you'd do this for me." As we get older, many of us fear becoming irrelevant or isolated. Manipulators sense this fear and use it to their advantage, knowing that you don't want to be seen as selfish or uncaring. Perhaps they borrow money and never repay it, or they depend on you for chores and errands they could do themselves. In extreme cases, a manipulator might even push you into signing documents, changing your will, or giving them access to your finances. It's uncomfortable to believe that someone close to you might take advantage of your generosity, but it happens more often than people realize. The emotional toll is enormous because you're left feeling used, confused, and sometimes ashamed that you didn't see it coming. The solution is to pay attention to patterns, If someone repeatedly benefits from your kindness without ever reciprocating, that's a red flag. Set firm limits on what you'll do and how often. Don't be afraid to say no. If you struggle with this, remember that refusing to be manipulated is not unkind. It's an act of self-preservation. If they threaten to pull away or accuse you of being selfish, let them. True friends and loving family members won't punish you for setting healthy boundaries. Yes, it might cause tension in the short term, but standing your ground can save your peace, your finances, and possibly your future. The third type of person who doesn't deserve your kindness is the eternal pessimist who drains your emotional energy with relentless gloom. This is the person who always expects the worst, who finds fault in any plan or joy in no situation. They might not criticize you personally like the constant critic, but their overall negativity can darken every room they enter. They'll remind you of every risk, every downside, and every potential tragedy. While it's true that aging comes with real concerns, health issues, financial matters, the loss of friends, the last thing you need is a steady diet of pessimism that destroys hope and motivation. Being kind to a chronic pessimist by continually listening to their doomsday talk can pull you into their world of despair. You might start feeling more anxious, hopeless, and reluctant to socialize. It's crucial at this point in your life to surround yourself with positive influences that encourage you to keep living fully, exploring new hobbies, forming new friendships, and cherishing each day. This doesn't mean you should dismiss genuine worries or avoid important conversations about future planning. But there's a difference between realistic caution and a pessimistic worldview that drags you down day after day. If you sense your mood plummets every time you interact with this person, it might be time to distance yourself. Limit how often you speak, or gently steer conversations toward neutral or uplifting topics. If they persist in negativity, politely excuse yourself. You might feel a twinge of guilt at first for walking away, but you're actually protecting your mental well-being. Research has shown that older adults with a more positive outlook tend to live longer and report higher life satisfaction. Surrounding yourself with positivity is not a luxury. It's a necessity for healthy aging. The fourth type of person is the drama instigator. This individual thrives on conflict, gossip, and stirring up tension. It could be a neighbor who's always spreading rumors, a relative who's constantly embroiled in fights with other family members, or a friend who can't seem to live without emotional turmoil. If there's no drama around, they'll create some out of thin air. Being nice to a drama instigator often translates into getting sucked into their soap opera, whether you want to or not. They'll rope you in with stories, then pit you against someone else, or they'll interpret your kindness as a green light to unload all their emotional chaos onto you. The older you get, the more detrimental this becomes. Because dealing with ongoing drama is stressful. Chronic stress is known to weaken the immune system, elevate blood pressure, and worsen heart health. It can also disrupt your sleep and erode your sense of inner calm. You've spent decades navigating the ups and downs of life. You don't need another source of conflict, simply because someone else needs attention or thrives on chaos. The best approach is to avoid the trap. When they start in on gossip or conflict, shift the subject or politely say you'd rather not discuss that. If they insist, remove yourself from the conversation. You might worry about coming off as rude, but remember that drama instigators rarely think about your feelings. They're focused on fueling their own need for excitement or control. By refusing to engage, you're sending a clear message that your peace matters more than whatever spectacle they're trying to create. It might take time for them to realize you're no longer a willing participant in their theatrics, but your consistent stance will speak volumes. Over time, they'll find someone else to engage with, and you'll have safeguarded your peace from unnecessary turmoil. The fifth type of person is the user who only shows up when they need something, whether it's money, help with errands, or even emotional support, but is never there when you could use a hand. Perhaps it's the adult child who only calls you when they have bills to pay, or the neighbor who knocks on your door every time they want to borrow your tools, but disappears the rest of the year. This dynamic might be subtle at first. You're happy to help because you love them, or you want to be a good neighbor. But over months and years, it can become glaringly one-sided. You realize they never initiate a conversation unless there's a request on the table. When you need something, they vanish, or they make excuses. That kind of relationship is draining and hurtful, especially for seniors who might have limited energy, time, or resources. So why is it unwise to be too kind to these individuals? Because you end up enabling their behavior, which ultimately teaches them that it's okay to rely on you without ever returning the favor. This can lead to bigger imbalances over time, including financial strain on your part if you're constantly handing over money or gifts that never come back. Setting boundaries doesn't have to be combative or harsh. You can politely state that you're not able to lend them money this month, or you have your own errands to take care of, so you can't run theirs for them. You can also propose a fair exchange. If they want your help, maybe they can assist you with something in return. If they balk at the idea of reciprocity, then it's clear they only saw you as a resource, not a real friend or loved one. Don't let guilt manipulate you into sacrificing your needs or your dignity for the sake of someone who can't even meet you halfway. Remember, real relationships involve give and take. If it's always give on your part, you're dealing with someone who doesn't deserve your kindness. If you've made it this far and you're finding this video insightful, please comment peace below so I know you're still with me. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any upcoming videos that aim to empower you to live your best life in your senior years. A lot of us have spent too long pleasing others, tiptoeing around conflicts, and ignoring warning signs that certain relationships were more harmful than beneficial. But the time has come to value our own peace just as much as we once valued meeting everyone else's needs. Now, let's move on to the final type of person you should never be kind to in old age. The sixth and perhaps most insidious type is the covert controller, someone who might pretend they have your best interests at heart, but ultimately wants to dictate your decisions, your schedule, and even your emotions. This could be a well-meaning adult child who insists on deciding where you should live, what doctor you should see, or how you should spend your money, without genuinely listening to your perspective. It might be a caregiver who subtly undermines your autonomy, making comments like, "Oh, you can't handle that on your own anymore," or "Don't worry, I'll make that choice for you." Until one day you realize you have almost no say in your daily life. It could also be a friend who constantly frames advice as if they're just being helpful, but in reality they're pushing you to follow their ideas, never respecting your own preferences. Because they often disguise themselves as helpers or protectors, it's easy to mistake their controlling behavior for kindness. You might go along because you think, "They care about me. They're just looking out for me." But real care respects your dignity and independence. It doesn't pressure or guilt you into decisions you're uncomfortable with. The danger here is that over time, you lose your sense of self and your capacity to exercise free will. The emotional strain can lead to increased anxiety or depression, not to mention the possibility of financial and medical decisions being made in ways that don't align with your true wishes. Being kind to a covert controller often means letting them walk all over you out of fear of seeming ungrateful, but this can be detrimental to your long-term happiness. If you notice that someone is restricting your freedom, consistently overriding your preferences, or making you feel incompetent in your own life, it's time to set boundaries and possibly seek outside advice. Talk to a trusted professional or a different family member who respects your autonomy. Document important decisions and, if needed, consult a legal advisor to ensure your rights and assets are protected. Confronting a covert controller can be tricky because they often become defensive, claiming they're just trying to help. Stay calm, be clear about what you want, and if they continue to ignore your feelings, distance yourself where possible. Life is too short to hand over your power to someone who disregards your voice under the pretense of helping. As we come toward the end of this video, take a moment to reflect on each type of person we discussed: the constant critic, the manipulator, the eternal pessimist, the drama instigator, the user, and the covert controller. Perhaps one or more of these descriptions made you think of someone in your own life. Recognizing these patterns can be a wake-up call, reminding you that not all kindness is healthy. Sometimes, kindness needs to take the form of standing up for yourself and saying, "No more." It's not about becoming cruel or shutting people out for minor transgressions. Rather, it's about prioritizing your emotional health, your sense of freedom, and your capacity for joy during these precious years. You deserve relationships that honor who you are and where you are in life, not relationships that add more weight to your shoulders. You might be asking, isn't it unkind to stop being nice to people who need me? The answer is that there's a difference between empathy and surrender. Empathy means you understand their feelings and you wish them well. Surrender means letting them walk all over your boundaries or put your well-being at risk. Aging gracefully isn't just about physical health. It's also about emotional health. The more you protect your peace, the more energy you'll have for the people who truly matter. The ones who reciprocate care, share genuine moments of happiness, and stand by you through thick and thin. Letting go of toxic individuals doesn't make you heartless, it makes you wise. The fact is, you have limited time, energy, and resources now. It's entirely reasonable to invest those in people and activities that nurture you rather than deplete you. If you're still here and haven't commented yet, let me know by typing happiness below, because that's what we're all aiming for. Also, if you found value in this discussion, don't forget to hit the like button and consider sharing this video with someone else who might need a gentle reminder to protect their well-being. Often, we keep silent about toxic relationships because we feel embarrassed or fear conflict. But shining a light on them is the first step toward positive change. You don't have to handle it alone. Talking it over with a trusted friend, counselor, or community resource center can offer new perspectives and solutions. Sometimes, just knowing that you're allowed to walk away from toxic dynamics can be liberating. Let's also acknowledge that rebalancing relationships is rarely easy. You might face anger, guilt, tripping, or even tears from people who are used to you always bending to their will. That's a normal reaction when someone's manipulative or negative patterns are challenged. But hold your ground. Time and again, seniors who've set boundaries report feeling a tremendous sense of relief, regaining self-worth, and even improving their physical health. They discover they have more room in their life for real friendships, fulfilling hobbies, and peace of mind. That kind of well-being can boost your resilience against the health challenges that often come with aging, from heart disease to cognitive decline. Stress is a silent killer, and toxic relationships are a major source of chronic stress. Now you might be thinking, but what if the person I need to distance myself from is my own adult child, or a grandchild, or someone I truly love? That's a delicate situation. Love doesn't mean permitting abuse or neglect of your emotional needs. You can still love someone without giving them unlimited access to your time, resources, or mental space. Establishing clear boundaries can sometimes inspire them to change, though not always. And if they refuse to change, you'll at least have preserved your well-being. It's possible to care deeply about someone while recognizing they may not be healthy to interact with on a daily or unlimited basis. The beauty of boundaries is that they create space for respect to develop, if the other person is capable of it. If not, you still safeguard your peace. Remember, you can wish them well from a distance. Another reason this is important is that bitterness and resentment can creep in if you allow toxic relationships to dominate your life. That bitterness can overshadow the joy and gratitude you might otherwise feel in your later years. You've lived a long life with lessons learned, triumphs earned, and memories worth cherishing. Don't let a few destructive personalities dim the light of everything you've achieved. Sometimes, focusing on your own well-being is the best way to preserve your kindness, so that it can shine authentically for the people and causes that deserve it. As we wrap up, I hope this conversation has given you a new perspective on how being too kind to the wrong people can steal your peace, deplete your happiness, and even threaten your physical health. It's time to grant yourself permission to be selective about where you direct your kindness. Setting boundaries is an act of self-love and self-respect. You've earned the right, over decades of life experience, to decide who gets a seat at your table, literally and figuratively. You don't owe kindness to those who tear you down, manipulate your generosity, drown you in negativity, stir drama, use you, or quietly control you. Instead, reserve your warmth and compassion for relationships that nurture mutual respect, affection, and joy. Thank you for staying with me through this entire discussion. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos aimed at enhancing your quality of life in the golden years. Also, if you feel comfortable, share one step you plan to take toward establishing boundaries in the comments below. Whether it's distancing yourself from a negative family member, saying no to a manipulative acquaintance, or simply recognizing that it's okay to put your own needs first, every change you make to protect your peace is a victory. Reading your stories and strategies can inspire others to do the same. Together, we can build a supportive community where older adults stand strong, guard their happiness, and celebrate life with those who genuinely care. Remember, it's never too late to choose your own well-being. Stay true to yourself, stay aware of who deserves your kindness, and keep moving forward with confidence. I look forward to hearing about your journey, and I'll see you in the next video.